The opening game of the Gridiron Victoria Division 2 season featured the Gippsland Gladiators and the Ballarat Falcons, the two existing clubs entering Division 2 in the 2014 season. The Gladiators started well early, making some good plays such as this one through to Don Vale falling just shy of the end zone. On the following play, number 26 running back Ben Lindsay would make it into the end zone and score a touchdown, bringing the Gladiators out to an early lead. After a shaky start, the Falcons finally managed to get their offense going, with plays such as this pass to number 80, Duncan McIntosh. The ensuing Gladiators possession would see more of the same, with QB Shane Davidson eating up more yards on the field. Nice tackle there over the sideline. Paul Fotheringham not too impressed with the way that things were strewn on the sideline. Nice clean up from him here. Just watching, and yep, there it is. Number 88 Don Vale made an incredible impact on the game, backing up his efforts from the previous seasons and proving that he will be a force to be reckoned with in Division 2 this season. There were a number of rookies on the field, and the returners seem to be showing a bit of rust, with a scrappy play all around, such as this possible intentional grounding. Gladiators duo of Davidson and Lindsay would hook up on a number of good plays, such as this play where they even fooled cameraman Danny Ratner-Pinto with a glorious fake, leading to the touchdown. It wasn't pretty, but both teams were able to make some big plays, such as when QB of the Falcons, Robert Bolton Jr., broke a couple of tackles to make a big run. Quarterback Shane Davidson was definitely one of the best players for the Gladiators, making this amazing broken play on a fake punt. Although being down 14-0 early, the Falcons mounted a late comeback on the back of Adrian Verhoeven, their receiver. And although the Falcons were making a comeback on the field, they just couldn't seem to capitalize when it mattered. However, it wasn't long before wide receiver Duncan McIntosh would haul in the Falcons' first touchdown of the game and in their club history. With the game tightening up, the Gladiators' special teams, led by Ben Lindsay, made a massive play with this huge kick return. But it wouldn't be long before the Falcons would get right back in it with a big TD from Adrian Verhoeven. This 2-point play by Trekker Ramin would put the Falcons in front of an opponent for the first time in club history, now leading 16-14 with very little time left on the clock. However, the Gladiators were not going to go down easy and made a couple big plays moving towards the end zone. Quarterback Shane Davidson continued to eat up the yards on the ground, coming very, very close to scoring a touchdown, put Gladiators up late, and ending the Falcons' dreams. Alas, the Falcons' defense would step up to make a huge play in the dying seconds and take out the game 16-14, their first win in club history. Look at them go mental. GVTV's Danny Ratner-Pinto caught up with Falcons head coach Mark Kunze.
Can you bring us through the contrast of the first half and the second half and the pure emotion that came out when you finally did get that victory?
Well, we weren't hitting like we didn't even in practice in the first half. And we just had to remind everybody that we can lay some lumber, you know? And so we had a little talk at halftime and said, you know, remember how hard you hit your mates in practice? Let's hit them a little harder, because we don't even know these guys. Why are you holding back?
So now that you've got your first win, what's next for the Ballarat?
Going to the big bowl, man. That's the next thing. Big bowl, Division 2. We're trying to come there, so we'll work it out and just get better and better each week progressing.
We now go out to Jamie Stafford, who covered the huge clash between the Croydon Rangers and Bendigo Dragons.
Bendigo's first foray into Division 1 would be at Ranger Field, where they take on perennial Division 1 powerhouse and original GV member, the Croydon Rangers. The Dragons looked up for the task though pre-game, and were confident heading into their first ever game in Division 1. It didn't take long for the boys from Bendigo to get a taste of what Division 1 football was really like, as the Rangers started off on special teams extremely well. Here, number 23, Chris Peacock, takes a touchdown all the way to the house. The Rangers would fail on the extra point, and the opening score would be 6-0. New quarterback Freddie Lewis Jr. was making his debut for the Rangers on this day, and here he shows some excellent evasive skills to get away from the pass rush and deliver a beautiful pass to Matty Mackay on the sideline. On the flip side, Bendigo's offense started slowly. Here, quarterback number 9 Noah Sims throws an interception over the middle to Rangers cornerback Nick Johnson. It will be a big challenge for Bendigo, going up against such an established club. Running the read option, Lewis gets outside for a big gain as well. Some good defense from Bendigo would force the Rangers to punt. Dragons punt returner Taylor Rogash makes some excellent moves in traffic to put the Dragons in excellent field position. The Dragons offense made great use of the excellent field position. Here, running back Frankie Moa Farrell takes it straight up the middle for a beautiful touchdown. The Dragons would now lead 8-6 after a successful 2-point conversion from QB Taylor Rogash. The 8-6 lead would be the first time that the Dragons had led a Division 1 team in their short history. After grabbing the lead, things started to bounce the Dragons' way. Here, they make a great play on a strip. Number 81, Anthony Spinelli, coming up with the recovery. Coach Rob Hunter absolutely delighted with his team's play on the sideline. Just before the half, we had something for the rugby aficionados, GV's version of the rolling maul. After the half, the Rangers started to lead heavily on their running game. Here, number 22, Andrew Amato, is seen getting hard yards up the middle. Amato worked hard all day on the ground. The Rangers did look in position to score, however the Dragons' defense fought back. Here, a great tackle followed by an awesome fumble recovery by number 41, David Bozza, will give the Dragons the ball back on offense. The hard work on defense was undone, however, when Noah Sims threw an interception to Rangers cornerback Cody Austin. Austin will return the ball inside the 20 to set the Rangers up for another potential score. As the game wore on, the Rangers' passing game started to come together. Here, quarterback Lewis makes a great long pass to wide receiver Chris Peacock. The slow motion replay brings together every wide receiver's dream. Two safeties running into each other. The long pass would set up a score on the ground for number 22 Andrew Amato having a great game. As the rain came down at Croydon, offense became a lot more difficult. Here, a fumbled handoff results in a turnover for the Dragons. On the ensuing play, the Rangers coughed it right back up. Again, the wet weather starting to play a role. The Rangers would get the ball back, however, and again lean heavily on Amato's running. At the end of the drive, the Rangers would push the lead to 10, here on a great touchdown reception from Ian Box, leaping over a defender. The 10-point deficit would prove too much for the inexperienced Dragons, as mistakes now started to creep into their offense. Boxy, perhaps in a show of pity, shares some of his glory with El Presidente Sam Weller. After the game, we sent Ratman Danny Ratnapinta out to speak to Dragons head coach Rob Hunter.
Look, all credit goes to them. They deserved the win. It was a good start for us in Div 1, properly in Div 1. But I think that we'll be looking forward to playing them again up in Bendigo.
We're a little rusty to start off. Weather certainly didn't help, but it was pretty rusty, pretty ugly. Guys started to bring it together in the second half. And we're lucky enough to pull out a victory.
Look, you know what? To the Dragons' credit, they stepped up to Div 1 this year, and they really put in a tough game. Some big bodies in there, so hard to move around. But to our credit, the boys really got fired up in the second half and were able to push out a victory. Just plenty of things to work on for next week.
Like you've got 6 out of 10 teams in Div 1 are going to be playing the finals, and to me, not being in that top 6 is not going to be acceptable for them. We're looking forward to that coming home on 7 June, having that first game, and we're hoping to get another 2,500 to 3,000 people out to our game, and that's our target. It's 2,000 people a game. That's the way it should be in this sport.
Under the lights at the Tom Flood Sports Centre, Gridiron Victoria returns to Bendigo. The one thing in the Dragons' way are the reigning Division 2 champions. Bendigo are strong at home. A huge crowd is expected, with 2 Division 1 points on the line as well as pride. At 4 o'clock, it's the Croydon Rangers versus the Geelong Buccaneers.
How does that taste, eh?
Then at 7 p.m, it's the Bendigo Dragons against the Monash Barbarians.
3 cheers for the Dragons!
Bendigo Dragons versus the Monash Barbarians, 7 p.m. Saturday the 7th of June, Tom Flood Sports Centre, Bendigo. After the break, we go through all the highlights from Gridiron Victoria's Week 2. Stay tuned.